Hello everyone, this is Mel from Sniper Central. Welcome again to another episode of Sniper Talk here at the Sniper Central headquarters in beautiful Victor, Montana. Now we've talked a lot about utilizing the supported prone position to become the most accurate that we can possibly be when we're shooting at long distance. But unfortunately in the real world, that isn't always the case, and we don't always have that opportunity to assume the most stable position. So what we're going to talk about today is what we can do to help when we have to do or assume a different position beyond the prone supported. Now, one of the big benefits that we can utilize to help us be more accurate is the benefit of a wonderful sniper rifle sling. So we're going to turn the time over to Bryon to allow him to demonstrate and show to us and explain the benefits of using a rifle sling as we assume different firing positions. So Bryon, please take it away.
Thank you, Mel. So, as Mel said, we're going to talk a little bit about the different slings that are available to help us become better shooters, more accurate, more consistent. The sling is very helpful because it allows you to stabilize that position, tighten the position up, which is going to take away from some of that movement that you would obviously have due to the weight of the rifle and just because of the movement of the body. So the sling is going to help you get into a better, more stable position when you have to be in those unnatural positions due to terrain. Unfortunately, we're not always going to be able to be in that prone supported position due to the terrain. You're going to have grass, hills, vegetation that will interfere with being able to lay down in the prone. And so the use of the sling is going to allow you to become more stable in these more unorthodox positions. There's many sling options out there. One of the most popular is the 1907 sling. It is made of leather, it's very durable, and it creates a loop for you to put your arm in. And as that loop wraps around your arm, you want it very taut, very tight, which is going to help create a very stable position. There are other slings available. Many manufacturers are out there that are making many slings with many different options. One that we also like here at Sniper Central is the Tab Gear sling. As you can see, it also has the nice large loop. It also has some Fast-X buckles that allows for quick getting in and out of position. There are other very high quality slings that are available as well. Some of them have cuffs. A simple standard sling will work as well, but instead of looping it around or looping your arm through the sling, you actually wrap it around your arm. So as we get into position here, utilizing the sling, the position is very similar to your prone supported position. The biggest obvious difference is we're no longer using a bipod and we're no longer using that sandsock. But you'll see that the use of the sling will actually become very stable. So as we get into position here, the first thing that you want to do is you want to put your arm through the sling, that loop there. And then you can go ahead and lay down in that prone supported position or prone unsupported position. And you can see just as I get in how tight this sling is. Now there is going to be a little bit of air. You're going to have to do some get in and out as you set up the sling. This one has frogs and loops that allows you to tighten it and fit it specifically for you. And there is going to be a little bit of trial and error in there as you get it into position. But as you can see, as it wraps around through my forearm, goes through the loop and wraps around my elbow here, it's very tight around that tricep area. Now you can see that this is a pretty stable position just as it is, with the rifle somewhat in the pocket of my shoulder. I'm not even having to use my support hand to hold it in position, and it's very stable. This rifle weighs close to 14 or 15 pounds, which can be pretty cumbersome over a long time. However, with that support hand, it's really going to assist with holding the rifle and steadying the rifle. Your position is going to be almost identical as the prone supported position. The stock is in the pocket of your shoulder. Your support hand is up on the pistol grip, or your firing hand is on the pistol grip. The thumb just lays over the top. Finger is going to cup up next to the trigger guard. You can obviously see at this point also the benefit of a left-handed shooter having a left-handed rifle, as it allows me to cycle the bolt without having to reconfigure my position or get out of position. So some of you new shooters, when you are looking for a rifle, if you want an all-purpose rifle, one that's not just going to be used as bench rest, you may want to consider a left-handed rifle or right-handed rifle, depending on whether you're left or right-handed. As the position continues, you're going to notice that my elbows are also more under my body than they were before in the prone supported position. In the prone supported position, you have the benefit of the bipod and the sand sock, so your elbows can be out at an angle, providing more stability there. Here you actually need that bone structure to support the body, so it's not your muscles that are holding the body up. Your muscles are going to fatigue. So that bone or skeletal structure supporting the body in the prone unsupported position is pretty important. Once I have that position, you can kind of see that my body angle changed a little bit. I'm more off to the side. As you change positions, it's going to change your eye relief and how your face is on the buttstock. And so you have to make slight modifications with that. And so as I get into position, as I establish my cheek weld, I'm going to start with my chin and just let my face fall, as we talked about, onto the stock. And that will provide my proper eye relief. And I'm going to make an adjustment here, bringing the barrel more level, keeping the body straight, heels on the ground, and that's going to provide a very stable position there. The sling can also be used in other positions as well. Remember, due to the vegetation, we're not always going to be able to be prone or even prone unsupported. Sometimes we need a little bit higher elevation. To do this, we can the quickest position that you can get into from standing that gets you up above that vegetation is the kneeling position. And it's one, in a tactical sense, it's one that you get into behind cover, and it's one that you can get out of very quickly. So you're moving from one point of cover to the next. As snipers, we try to stay in one position, fire that one shot, and get out of there very quietly. Unfortunately, in a tactical situation, that's not always capable. You're not always able to do that. So as you get into the kneeling position, once again, it allows you to stay in that nice tight position, nice and tight, nice and stable, and that sling helps to provide a nice stable position. You can see how tight that sling is. This can also be used not only in the kneeling position, but if you have a little bit more time, you can also get into the sitting position. Our feet are out in front of us. Once again, the elbows are coming up near in front of the knee. I'm having to make a slight adjustment with my hand to keep that sling tight, but that allows you for a nice stable position there. We can go from the sitting to an even more stable position of the cross-leg position as well. And you can utilize that sling for all the positions there. And it'll help to stabilize it, help to make it tighter, help to make you more consistent, and consistency equals more accuracy.